Hi everyone. Hello, how are we doing? I hope we're doing okay. I'm so happy to be here. Uh, it's going to be a nice time sharing powerful information with you. I can see that some people have already joined us, and I want to welcome you all. Uh, Please, I want you to drop your name and your location. I want to know where you are watching me from. Your name and your location. Your name and your location. I want to know where you're watching me from. So let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly. As we share your name and your location, I also want you to follow the page, the channel. That's the YouTube channel. I want you to follow it so that a lot of people will see what we are doing because we're about to embark on a very powerful journey, and I want many of us to join. So before we start, I want other people to join. So I'm just going to send out a message on the community so people will know that we have started. So just give me a few minutes to do that. Then we'll start. Okay, yeah. So I can see some people are already joining us. I want to apologize for the light. By next Sunday, we'll make it brighter than this. But for today, let's bear with me. Samuel Ajayi, thank you for joining us from Kwara. So as you join us, drop your location. I want you to drop your name and your location so I can appreciate you. So what we're going to be discussing, of course, we're starting a series, and this is a very powerful series about it's actually titled The Stress Academy, and we'll be looking at different aspects of stress. But for the month of August, our focus will be on financial stress, managing financial stress. That's going to be our focus in the month of August. So we'll be talking about how to deal with hardship, how to survive hardship, how to be able to build your financial capacity, the different types of businesses you can do to help you build your income, and so many other things. Of course, I am qualified to talk about this thing because I've been doing business since 2015. I ventured into business 2015, and it has taken me around the world. Let me put it that way. So if there is anyone that is qualified to talk about this, then I think I am. I am the one. I am the one that is qualified because I've seen it all. I've been there. I've lost money. I've lost opportunities. and I found myself in difficult financial situation, and I was able to maneuver and to come out of it. So what I'll be doing basically is to teach you what I have learned over the years. So I'll teach you what I've learned over the years. Very, very important for you to learn to know what I've learned over the years. It's very important. So that's basically what I'll be teaching us in this training. So excuse me. I want to do a little bit of an introduction. So for some people who are joining, they might not know who I am. Maybe you just stumbled on this video on YouTube and you are wondering, who is this guy? My name is Dr. Emmanuel Akpe. I'm a global stress management coach, a doctor of holistic medicine, and an author of 5 books. I've written 5 books, and I have traveled to different parts of the world, training people on stress management, financial stress, mental stress, spiritual stress, and all manner of stress. I've taught different aspects of stress management, and I'm still doing that. Currently, I am in United Kingdom, where I am practicing and also trying to build my business into a global community. So that's basically who I am. And if you Google my name, you will see more information. You can actually follow me on Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and everything. Somebody contacted me a few days ago, wanted me to come speak at an event and they're organizing for next year. And she said she saw my number on LinkedIn. She's been looking for, of course, she sat under my training one time in Abuja, and she's been searching for my number. And she went on LinkedIn and she was able to contact me. So on all social media platforms, and you can easily access me by sending a message, of course, and I'll be able to respond. So today we'll be looking at how to survive financial hardship. I want you to pay close attention to what we're going to teach today. How to survive financial hardship. How to survive financial hardship. And that is basically what we'll be looking at today. You know, I made a call yesterday. I was speaking with one of my friends in Nigeria, and she was telling me the magnitude of suffering that people are going through. It is what is called large-scale suffering. He told me the prices of food. It wasn't as it was when we left. Told me how they were trekking to work, how even switching on your generator is a luxury. That it's difficult for you to see someone switching on his generator overnight. You know, the way we used to do it in those days. It is very difficult for you to see somebody that can do that now. Why? Because of the hardship that people are facing. A lot of people are facing different magnitudes of hardship, and it's beginning to affect them. So that's the more reason why we decided to organize this training to help people overcome this. I know I cannot give you money. I cannot give you okay, let's say dash you money to help you overcome what you're going through. But there is something I can do. I can give you knowledge. I can give you knowledge. I can tell you what I did and how it has helped me, and it will also help you. So I want us to move on straight ahead into what we have for today. It's just 1 hour. By 10, we should be done. And we'll be doing this every Sunday, 9 p.m. Make sure you are here. Join my community so you can get the link, and make sure you are here on YouTube. So, financial hardship. Financial hardship. I want to describe financial hardship for you so you understand what it means. Financial hardship is basically when you are not able to provide the basic necessity of life. That is financial hardship. That is financial hardship. So you are not able to do the basic things: food, shelter, transport, and some of those things that are basic to human life. You are not able to do it. You are not able to feed. You are not able to transport yourself. You are not able to put shelter over your head. That is basically financial hardship. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, say yes, I can hear you. I want to be sure I'm not speaking to myself. Yeah, Amechi Emmanuel chatting from Port Harcourt. Join us from Port Harcourt. You are welcome. So let me know if you can hear me. Just say, I can hear you. I want to be sure that we are together. Can you hear me? Yes, 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 you can hear me. Yes, yes. Fantastic. So, with the situation of things in the country, it is very necessary for you to understand how to survive and how to thrive. We're not just talking about surviving, we're talking about surviving and thriving. You know, I have been through so many financial hardships. I remember when someone, good, people can hear me. I remember when I and someone ventured into a business and the person gave me a large capital, almost ₦1 million, to start up a business. And this was in 2015. I think it was 2015 that President Buhari came in. Yes, it was 2015. So we started this business. I opened an office, registered it, bought some equipment, and we began to run this business. Immediately, President Buhari came in. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he said. The price of dollar shot up from about 160 naira to $1 to about 500. I know many of us will remember what I'm talking about. So if you remember, say, let me know in the comments that you remember. 500. So it was so difficult for us to order goods. It was difficult for, in fact, all our projections, all our analysis, everything went to the dust. Everything we planned disappeared. So we were back to square zero because basically all our plans has been shattered by the policy of the government. You know, so I lost money, and that was how that business closed down. It was so bad that feeding became very difficult. Feeding, I remember I was talking about, I think Phillips, yeah, remembers. I was discussing this with my wife recently, and we're just sharing our experiences of how we were able to survive through that period. In fact, it was so bad that we were literally cooking with firewood for at least for a day or two before we were able to stabilize, and we continued. So how was I able to transit from being on the ground to actually thriving and moving my business to an international level? How was I able to do that? So those are the things we are going to learn in the series we are going to handle this month. I'm going to share with you some of my deepest secrets, some of the things I was able to do, and you can do it. Principles can be applied by anybody and you get results. You don't need to be in a special position or to be born to a special family for you to succeed in life. No, anybody can apply the same principle and succeed. Today, we'll be looking at financial hardship from the initial perspective I want you to look at it. And that is how to remove yourself mentally from the situation on ground. So basically what I'm saying is this: how can you pull yourself out of the reality on ground? I can tell you this for a fact, that it is true that a lot of people are suffering, but there are still some people that are enjoying, even in the midst of the suffering of the masses. There are still some people that are making so much money, even when everybody is struggling. So how do you move your mind from the place of suffering and hardship to the place of abundance? If you can correct your mind, if you can repair your mind, you can control your life. So if I teach you, do this, do that, do this, but your mind is still oozing lack, suffering, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to make any impact. So how do you move your mind, first of all, from where you are to where you want to be? You know, there is nobody that can go anywhere, go to anywhere, any stage in life, or progress, or move from one stage to another without moving, first of all, in the mind. The movement has to start from your mind, first of all, before it becomes your reality. Where I am today, I saw it in my mind before it became my reality. I didn't just dabble into it. I saw myself speaking to international audiences, speaking to people who have made great impacts in life. So immediately began to see it. I saw it as a reality, and gradually it became my reality. Gradually it became my reality. So what if I didn't see it as my reality? What would have happened? I won't get there. I won't get there. So you first of all see where you are going to in your mind before it materializes. Before it materializes. If you don't see it, you can't become it. If you don't picture it, you can't become it. That is as simple as that. If you cannot picture it, you cannot become it. As simple as that. If you cannot see it in your mind, you cannot picture it. You cannot become it. So you picture, you see it, then you become it. As simple as that. So that's how it works. We're going to look at a few things, and that will help us shape our mind and move us from one point, the point where we are, to another point of abundance. So I'm going to share with you some strategies, some things you can do that will help you move from one point to the other. Are you ready? Then let's go. The first thing is this: for you to move yourself out of the situation on ground is for you to stay positive. Stay positive. If you can stay positive and do away with all negativity, you can get anything you want. You know, people are complaining. A lot of people are saying, I don't know if this country is going to be okay. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. In fact, these people want to kill us. Because the truth is this: there are some stress-inducing words. What do I mean by stress-inducing words? There's some words you say with your mouth, and it begins to cause stress in your life. So you must speak stress-free languages. Stress-free languages. So whatever you say must be stress-free. Stay positive. Guide your mind from negativity. I know we like going on social media, we like listening to news, but if it's beginning to shape the way you think, please stay away from it. I remember during the COVID era, COVID was so bad that I used to wake up in the night to check for NCDC updates. So I set alarm to tell you how critical it was. I set alarm because they release updates around 12:01 a.m. So I set alarm, and once it's 12 or 1, the alarm wakes me up. I go on Twitter to check for the updates of how many people have died and how many people have come down with COVID. I was doing this, and gradually it was affecting me. It got to a point that I said, let me stop this thing. And I decided to stop it, blocked them off Twitter, and decided to move on with my life. Do you know, when I was doing this thing, it was as if my life was stranded. It was as if I wasn't moving forward, because basically I was spending the whole day analyzing what NCDC posted. That was what I was spending the whole day doing. So, but immediately I stopped it, my life began to be better. I began to feel healthier. My mind became clearer. So that is the way it is. When you fill your mind with information that is negative, it becomes a problem to you. The body begins to release stress-inducing hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. So these hormones enter into the system and begin to cause havoc. If you look at people that reason this way, people who allow these things to flood their mind, you see that they are always sad. They are not always happy. They are not always happy. So why are they not happy? Because their mind is clogged with all manner of bad news. So first of all, move your mind from the state of war, the state of anarchy, the state of difficulty, to the state of abundance. To the state of abundance. That is it. So it is possible for you to be in a place where everybody's experiencing evil, everybody's experiencing terrible times, but it doesn't get to you, because in your mind you have moved yourself to another level. And before you know what is happening, or before you say Jack Robinson, what happened in your mind becomes your reality. So guide your mind. Guide your mind. That's why the Bible says, guide your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Guide your mind. Avoid negative thinking. Stay away from people who are always speaking negativity. Stay far away from them. Another thing is, seek knowledge. You cannot move from one financial level to another without knowledge. The reason why a lot of people have remained poor is because of the level of knowledge they have. There is a level of knowledge you will be exposed to. Your financial capacity increases. In fact, if you want to move to the next stage of your life, get knowledge. You want to increase capacity. You want to increase your financial ability. Get knowledge. Seek knowledge. Buy books. Buy books on finances. Buy books on what will make you gain the necessary knowledge to be able to thrive. So you must be able to get access to knowledge. If you don't get access to knowledge, it will be difficult for you to thrive in this economy. How do you know what is happening if you don't get knowledge? How do you know what is happening if you don't read financial reports? If you don't read books that can help you increase your capacity? I heard a story yesterday about a young guy. He's just a young guy in his early 30s. He was struggling in Nigeria from one business to another, just dabbling into one thing or the other and all that. And he kept failing. He kept losing money. So one day, he got in touch with a friend, and the friend exposed him to a business, online business, e-commerce. You buy stuff and sell. Many of us don't know that you can start a business without money. Many of us don't know that we can start a business without money. We don't know. Let me give you a typical example. I just introduced a product. It is called foot mat massager. So the massager is like a mat. You place your leg on it, and it begins to stimulate the nerves under the leg, the reflex points. So it's a combination of acupuncture and reflexology. I introduced that product into my community, and I asked people to pay for it that I wanted to order. People started paying. As at the last count, over 30-something people have paid just within a period of less than a week. And each person paid 10,000 naira. That's over 300,000 naira in less than 1 week. It was from that money that I ordered for the product. And the product is on its way to Nigeria now. Once it arrives in Nigeria, we'll distribute it, and everybody has a product. So I was able to ship in a product without using my money. You know, these are some of the things I'm going to teach you how to do. I'm going to teach you some of these things, and by the end of August, I'm sure you will exactly know what to do. You will not need anybody to actually tell you what to do. You know, the money I used in developing my business and moving it to the international level was gotten from Nigeria. I didn't have any funding from anybody. I didn't have any source from anybody. I didn't have any godfather who loaned me money. Everything was gotten from business. So how did that happen? Those are some of the things I'm going to teach you. The third point is we have talked about 2 points now. The first thing I said was stay positive, and the second one is seek knowledge. So the third thing is practice self-care. If you are not healthy, you cannot be wealthy. There are a lot of people who experienced financial boom, but because they didn't take care of themselves, it affected their health. Now the money is there, but they cannot spend it. The money is everywhere, but they cannot spend it. I read a story recently, or someone told me a story recently about a guy from Ghana that relocated to the UK and stayed in the UK for about 35 years. So while in the UK, he was working every day, working, no rest. He was able to raise money, built a very powerful mansion in Ghana, very powerful mansion, duplex in Ghana. And after 35 years of laboring in the UK, he decided to retire. Immediately got to Ghana. Within a few months, he developed severe spondylosis. You know, spinal spondylosis affects the spinal cord. It's a severe pain. So he developed spinal spondylosis, and he could not enjoy the money. He could not even climb the staircase of his house. So what did he do? He just stayed on the sitting room, put a mattress there, and that's where he was staying because he could not move. And he had carers coming to take care of him. Now the money is there, but no health to enjoy it. No health to enjoy it. So a lot of people pay so much attention in looking for money without paying attention to their health. You are not asking yourself, if I break down, will this money be able to treat me? You know how expensive treatment is in Nigeria now. A friend of mine did the mother did total hip replacements, and she told me that they spent over 5 million for total hip replacements. How much would they have taken for them to actually take care of that woman? How much would they have taken? How much would they have spent? They wouldn't have even spent up to 500,000. But to repair the damage that was done, they are spending almost 5 million. Self-care is everything. Before you go out to look for money, make sure that you are okay. Eat the basic things. Make sure you are eating healthy. Make sure you have things that you are taking, treatments, therapies you are taking or you are doing to keep your body safe and sound. Very important. Then the fourth point I'm going to share with you is that you should turn your worry into thinking. Turn your worry into thinking. There is a difference between worrying and thinking. If you are worried, it affects your whole being. It affects your mind. But if you are thinking, it activates your capacity and your ability. So I want you to move from worrying to thinking. I know things are difficult. You cannot pay school fees. You cannot pay house rent. You cannot even feed. You can't buy fuel. You can't even transport yourself to the office. I read a story on Twitter where a medical doctor was complaining that he has not been paid for about a year now, and he has not been able to transport himself to work. You may be in that kind of situation where you are not able to transport yourself to work. But one thing is sure, if you move from worrying to thinking, you start seeing opportunities. Thinking opens up your eyes to opportunities everywhere. Let me give you this typical example. Have you noticed that if you get a white car or you buy a white car, okay, let's say you didn't even buy a white car, but you saw a white car and you loved it. You told yourself that this car, I'm going to get it. Do you know that you will notice that every time you are on the road, you see that color of car? In fact, you will start seeing the car frequently. What do you think is happening? Your mind has been activated. The law of attraction has been activated. See, this thing I'm discussing with you is very powerful. I saw myself on radio and TV before I started going there. If you can move your mind from worrying to thinking, your life will not remain the same. Your life will not remain the same. I'm telling you the fact, your life will not remain the same. There will be a critical transformation of your life. Everybody who has made impact in this life started the impact from their mind. You can't do anything significant in this life if your mind is still in the old ways. You can't do anything significant. So move from worrying to thinking. What are you going to think about? Think about opportunities. Think about things that you can do that can better your life. Think about things, the ways you can make yourself better, ways that you can raise money. Very, very important. So by moving from worrying to thinking, you are changing the dynamics of your life. The law of attraction is being activated. So because you are at your things that you see in your mind are attracted to you. Have you noticed that if you are thinking about a particular thing, situation, circumstances will start pushing those things to you. So if you are thinking that maybe I want to do this particular thing, I want to, okay, let me give you a typical example of what people think about, especially now, especially young guys. You are thinking that you want to join Yahoo. You want to become a Yahoo. Have you noticed that people who are into fraud, information about fraud and things related to fraud will start coming towards you? So that is when you open Facebook and somebody will chat you up that, do you want to do rituals? I can help you. I'm Babalawo this, I'm a herbalist. I can help you do rituals. Have you noticed that? It started from your thinking. So you wanted to actually go into this and you are seeing the results. Finally, I want you to reject negativity. Reject negativity. Don't allow negativity around you. When people are talking about how difficult Nigeria is, as it's entering this year, let it be coming out from this year. Don't dwell on it. Don't think about it all through the night, how things are so difficult. Switch your mind from negativity to positivity. You know, there are some people who meet you, and when they leave you, your life is no longer the same. There is a total transformation from the positive way of thinking that you have been experiencing all this while to negativity. So avoid such people. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Very, very important. Stay away from them. So when you see such people coming, just tell them that I'm sorry, I'm busy. I don't want to discuss this. Or can we change topic? Politely, can we change topic to something more enlightening? Don't dedicate your whole time brooding over what you cannot control, what you cannot change. Develop your time, your effort, and everything around you towards productivity. Very, very important, towards productivity. Be productive. Be productive in your thinking. Be productive. So if what you're going to discuss with that your friend is not going to be productive, then jettison it. Stay away from it. Especially if you are engrossed in this financial crisis we are talking about, then stay away from it. This is very important. So those are the few points we're talking about today. By the next class, I'll be showing you what you can do to survive financial crisis. What are the things you can do? So today is just an introduction, and I want to set your mind right. If your mind is not right, you cannot achieve anything. So I want to set your mind right. I want to make sure that all of us are on the same platform. So we are reasoning at the same level. If I'm speaking, I'm saying things, you understand from the point where I'm saying it. That is why I did this introduction. Next week, next Sunday, by this time next Sunday, I'm going to show you step by step what you can do to survive. Strategies you can do to survive. Then after that, I'm going to show you some businesses you can do. Little businesses that will cost you little or no money that you can do during this time to make sure that you survive. You will think that there's no money in Nigeria, but people are still building. People are still building houses. People are still doing things. People are still traveling abroad. And there's no money in the country. So there's money. That's the truth. There's money. So I'm going to show you things that you can do to generate funds for yourself. Simple things. Even if you say you don't have capital, I will show you what to do. So I want you to stay tuned Next Sunday, 9 p.m., we'll be back here and we'll discuss in details what you need to do to survive. This is very important. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. I can see us, everyone that joined. Thank you so much. I can't begin to mention all your names now, but I'm seeing all of you. Thank you very much. I also want to remind you to follow this page, this channel on YouTube. Just click on subscribe button and click on your notification so that anytime we send out a video, anytime we come online, you get a notification. The more you subscribe, the more you click on the notification, the more people see the video. And the more people see the video, the more they are touched, the more impact people have. And you don't know who is watching that is in a desperate situation, that what you are saying is what can save the person. So subscribe to the channel and click on the notification so you can join us next time. Finally, before I say goodbye this evening, I just released a book titled Death in the Pot. Death in the Pot is a very powerful book that has just been released. And I hope that we take advantage of it. Very, very important. Take advantage of it so that we can benefit from it. As I said, knowledge is everything. Knowledge is everything. Get knowledge and you get everything. The difference between the poor man and the rich man is knowledge. That is just the truth. The difference between the person that is suffering and the person that is enjoying is knowledge. Let me put it in a way you understand. The difference between Tony Elumelu, the billionaire, and Okoronkwo or Okeke that is suffering in Onitsha and Enugu is information. If Okeke has the same information as Tony Elumelu, Okeke will become Tony Elumelu. So the level you are now financially is the level of information you have. In anything you want to do in this life, make sure you get information. Make sure you get knowledge. I know what I'm talking about. I see sometimes I promote things on the community and people just ignore it. The level of knowledge you have is the level of living, of experience you will have. So thank you very much. And I appreciate you. See you next Sunday. Thank you so much for joining this class. God bless you. See you 9 p.m. on Sunday.